Welcome to Sipping on Excellence. This is Coach KJ, and I'm here with my man, my dude, the Doc.
And this is where we will be discussing the exceptional that is absolutely attainable. My friends, here's to living that extraordinary life.
Cheers.
All right. Yeah.
All right. That's all I got.
Ain't all I got. What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Sipping on Excellence.
That we do is sipping on your excellence. All you got to do is listen.
They should be sipping on our excellence right now.
Yeah.
What up, dog? It's Coach KJ.
Coach
in the
KJ.
house.
Coach KJ. What? Yeah. I've been Coach KJ for a long time, bro. A long time before I even remotely got into personal development.
It's that
technically I've always been in personal development.
It's that coach mentality.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things that people can't. People pick up on. It's that energy. You know, and they come at you for that reason.
Yep. I don't know. That's
something going on over there. It's all right. Maybe I talked all that shit to begin it.
That's exactly why.
I was like, damn, we got this shit down pat.
Right. It's gonna probably do it over and over and over again.
The video's working. Did we hit record?
Yeah, we hit record. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, y'all gonna have a.
So what's up with you, my man?
Oh man,
just
getting ready to go on vacation, chill out a little bit.
You know his brother never going to get vacation. He don't even know what vacation look like.
It's all right.
He trying to convince himself that it's a vacation.
It is. It's just another trip.
Right. He's on the plane already ready to come back.
I always tell people, man, you need a vacation from things that are burdensome to you.
Yes.
My job's not a burden.
Mm-hmm.
If that shit becomes a burden, it's time to find something else. So for me, it's just something to do. I've got a place to go. Get on a plane. Going for a business meeting, get to ride off a vacation. So that's how I look at it.
That's quite friendly. I like it.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. If you're smart and you're an entrepreneur, you're self-employed, if you're going to travel, figure out a way to make it a business travel. It's that simple. Mm-hmm. Let Uncle Sam pay for that shit. Because he gonna take it from you either way. So you might as well do business on that trip and write it off.
Right.
Whatever that business means to you. You know, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true. I mean,
you got some flying in here. I don't think he like us.
It's all right. But yeah, I mean, if you think about it, that's what them wealthy people be doing all the time. They don't pay for shit.
All the time, bro.
They don't pay for shit.
All the time. And we'll tell you, I'm going on a business venture.
I got a business meeting in Aspen.
Okay. Who are you talking to?
My board. We meet 3 times a year in a different place in the world. Mm-hmm. And if we sit down and we talk 5 minutes about this, then the trip is paid for.
Okay.
All right.
Fair enough.
Done deal. I ain't mad at you. It ain't tricking if you got it.
Gotta go.
Here's a question for you, all right? This is something I heard today that just...
Did it get you?
It's some ignorant shit, I think.
Okay.
Tell me what you think about this. I heard some people talking about Kamala Harris today.
Okay.
And how black people, or should I say some black people, my people, have issues with her, saying, how could you like her when she was throwing fools in jail? And I was just like, she was a DA. She's an attorney general, right? Was she throwing innocent motherfuckers in jail? Or was she throwing people in jail who actually committed crimes? Mm-hmm. I'm just curious.
And the thing is, they're basing that off of something they heard. No
facts.
No facts. No type of homework. Because I believe it was Charlemagne, even on his show, he pointed out, it's like, you need to do your homework. She did not do what you think she did.
Right.
And even D.L. Hughley, when he was at the convention, he, national stage, apologized to her. I had to check my facts. I was wrong. And I'm here as a man to say sorry.
Yeah, and it's like, people, but I hear somebody say that. I was like, so you're quoting something out of thin air, not knowing the circumstances. Did she really walk up to you and say, you're black, let me put you in jail?
Right.
Or did you get caught and she just wasn't lenient? You know? I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, and let alone people that go to jail usually deserve it.
There's not very many people locked up. Now, they may have gotten shitty sentences.
Correct.
That may not have fit the crime, but you still did the crime.
Right.
Now, if you everybody in jail thinks they're innocent. You know? It's just, who's going to sit in jail and say, I did all of that shit?
This is true.
And some more. Y'all want to know what else I did? You know? This is not, but it irritates me. If you don't want to vote or whatever it may be for whoever, and that's cool, but don't let your reasoning be based on dumb false facts. False facts. It's not a fact if it's false. On dumb false statements.
Right. The sad part to me is people are always looking for a negative. They're in search of a negative. And it's sad because a lot of times it's us against us.
100%. And they think that, for example, like how many people do you know got irritated with Obama because they said he didn't do enough for black people?
Oh.
They was all Obama, but in the first 4 years of his presidency, everybody was under the impression in their brain, I don't know who told him this, but in their brain, oh, he's going to come in and he's going to change the world for black people. No, he's going to be president for everybody.
All Americans.
And he's going to try to do what's right, which every president should try to do what's right. Mm-hmm. But remember, he's also a politician.
Correct.
And what do politicians do? They do politician shit.
Remember the Black Caucus was mad at him for not showing? He said, I can't because I'm out in these streets trying to gain the votes in areas that I'm not liked.
There's just some shit I can't say that I won't say. And there's a whole lot of shit that I can't say. And here's the thing. All politicians state all the time are, this is what I intend to do. These are my intentions. How many politicians actually accomplish the shit they intend to do? Everybody's campaign trail is a list of policies, and this is all the shit I'm going to get done, and I plan to do this. I intend to do that, blah, 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 blah. None of that shit happens. And you know why? Because the motherfuckers who want to stay in office for their lifetime, which is Congress, won't let anything happen.
Right.
Because every time you move the needle one way, the opposite side moves the needle the other way, and it's just a fucking tennis match. Ping pong, back and forth. And shit doesn't get done because...
And those are the same people that were voted in by us.
Yes.
Saying, and they're actually going out and saying they're a representation of us. They start off saying that.
Yeah.
Until they get in.
And then they're a representation of themselves.
Right.
I'm making this bill. I'm writing this bill.
With the lobbyists behind it.
Right. I'm push this agenda. Coach, if you sign on to what I'm doing, I'm going to take a look at something you're doing. And then it'll be bipartisan. because
Correct.
I'm Democrat, you're Republican,
Right.
or Green Party, or whatever it is. And because it's not just me signing on this bill, not knowing we're doing that motherfucking handshake behind the scenes, like I'm gonna scratch your back, you scratch mine.
Right.
You put up, I really need 10 things. If I take these 2 things off, you'll like it. But on yours, you got to add one of my things. Dude, again. And the funny thing is, that hidden agenda, those hidden intentions, nobody knows about.
Oh, God. It goes on all day, every day. It goes on more than anything else.
And is that anything, is it a lie?
Right.
Is it considered lying?
Right.
Or is it just withholding the truth?
And what are they?
Are they the same? Right, exactly. What's the reason? What are their real true intentions?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting, right?
It's always interesting.
Yeah.
Bro.
And so that brings us to nice little segue into
Yeah.
today's topic, man. And it's, what are your intentions? I want y'all to think about that. What are your intentions? And really try to, number one, do you know your intentions? And we'll get to different aspects of that. And is it always smart to state them? Do you state your intentions? Who do you tell them to? Why is it important? And when do you state your intentions? So let's dig in.
And where you gonna go with them?
Right. Let's dig in.
Yeah.
Let's start off with a simple example. Coach wants to hire me to be his assistant.
Okay.
And I fill out an application. I come in, I'm be his right-hand dude, customer acquisition, lining up his schedule,
Yeah.
making sure his
Assistant
coaching and
stuff.
training schedules are good, all this stuff. In the back of my mind, I know I want this to be a stepping stone and temporary because I'm going to coaching school. Let's
Right.
just say I'm going to coaching
Right.
school. And he doesn't know I'm going to coaching school, but he knows in 8 months, I know in 8 months, I'm outie. Right? My intention is to just have a job and make money for as long as I can before I start school. Coach's intentions for me is to learn the craft, learn the game, grow, and hopefully help the business grow and be here long term. If I told you I'm out short term, would you hire me?
Depends what I need immediately versus long term. Am I looking long term? Am I looking for me to just get over a certain hump? I mean, it depends on
Is there,
my.
is there ever a certain hump? Because you're always going
Right.
to need more.
Right. Right.
Because you're trying to grow.
Right.
Right? And that's what I always tell people. If you're trying to grow, switching out people every couple weeks is hard because then you got to start over because they don't know shit about you.
Right.
You know? And so would you hire me? Number one, you say it depends on what your needs are. If I came to you and say, you know what, just to know this is going to be temporary, you've immediately in your mind started looking for somebody else.
Correct.
And if you needed somebody right now because you can't wait to look for the right, you're like, fuck it, come on. And then as soon as I find somebody else, I might fire you 4 months in,
Yeah.
you know? And so you benefit by me stating my intentions. I think I lose,
Correct.
or I put myself at risk of losing
I was to say, yeah.
if
it's
I
more
state
of,
right.
more of a risk than
Because I don't know how you're going to respond. And so most of us, the right thing to do would be to tell you. For you.
Correct.
The safe thing to do for me is to keep that shit. And then when the time gets closer, you know, give you some notice. But like, hey, I just found out I got accepted to school, so I'm out. I'll be out in a month, or I'll be out in 2 months. Give you time.
Yeah.
You know? And so it's, to me, that's one of those because you never asked me how long do I plan on staying. You just assume that I'm in this for a minute. If you ask me, what are your intentions? Where do you see this going? This job taking you? Now I either got to tell you the truth or lie,
Right.
or say, I don't know. It just depends on how this works out. It's a lie of omission. Right? Right?
Yeah,
I mean, it is.
It is.
Where do
It get a little sticky.
It gets a
It
little
get a little
sticky.
sticky. You know? Yeah.
Kind of like we were talking about with politicians earlier.
Yeah.
They lie because by omitting their true intent. They may say, I intend to work on, and this is how they do it. I intend to work on all of this. And when I don't accomplish it, it's because of Congress, or it's because of the Supreme Court, or it's because of the voters.
It's outside of their realm. It's outside
My control.
Yeah.
I can only put policies forward.
Right.
It's up to somebody else to move it along. When the whole time,
no ownership.
when the whole time you got the head of Gulf Oil Company, BP or whatever, saying you better not make this a green
Right.
state.
And stacking your pockets to make
Yes.
sure.
I'm going to give you $100 million for your campaign. But we're going to break it up over 20 different companies because it can't all come from me. But it comes from me.
Right. And know that.
Know that it came from me.
Oh, that's not a
Yeah.
new company. That's my company.
Yes. And
you
so
know that.
it's one of those things where, so I'm going to state what I intend to do,
Correct.
but intentions change based on the climate of the world around you. I think that's bullshit. You know?
People have this thing of withholding information, withholding their intentions.
Withholding their true nature.
Correct. Because there are a lot of takers.
So let's another scenario. You're single. You meet a woman. You meet her and you are like, she's cool. You go on a couple of dates.
Right.
At what point do you feel it's appropriate for her to ask, so what are your intentions with me? You know what I mean? I mean, at what point?
Yeah.
And I had this conversation with somebody about intentions.
Is there a timeline?
For her to ask whenever she wants to know.
Right.
Like, women probably won't ask until they reach the point where, like, I could see something with this guy.
Yeah.
If she has no intentions for you, she's not going to bring it up.
Right.
But if she's decided, damn, I really like this dude, I want to see where this can go. Here's the interesting thing. A lot of women won't ask because if they tell you or ask, they're afraid that it's going to make you walk. And if it's something that you ask a dude and it makes him walk, then maybe he needs to walk because y'all ain't on the same page.
Right.
You know?
See that a lot.
Yeah. And so
Been there a lot.
So now here's the question. What if, so you meet her, you like her, she's cool, y'all are dating, and then you decide, I don't know that I want to be in a relationship with her. But I kind of still want to smash. Do you tell her what your true intentions are? I just want this to be physical. Or I just want us to be cool. I don't know that. I don't know that.
I don't think we'll ever say, I just want to smash.
No. But
but I get what you're
I
saying.
don't see this
Yeah.
going anywhere. I guarantee you a lot of dudes won't bring that up because no woman is going to, I should say no woman, most women won't be like, if she's into you, be like, nah, I'm cool with just you smashing.
Yeah.
Especially if you've already gone there. Mm-hmm. And then now you want to pull back because it's not working, but I still want you around.
What's funny is a lot of times that they'll greet you with, I just want to be cool. Their initial intention, I just want to hang. I just want to have fun. I'm not looking to get serious into a relationship. Then all of a sudden, there's a switch in that intention. The dynamic switch, the energy switch, your engagement, your conversation switch. You're like, whoa, I haven't stated my intentions. What are my intentions?
But here's what's...
I was still with the initial intentions, and I was with that.
And here's the...
Because I expressed mine.
Yeah, here's the interesting thing is when you meet somebody and they're like, you tell them up front, look, I'm not trying to jump into anything. Let's just have fun, see where this goes. I'm cool.
And if you don't, I get it.
And if you don't want to go down the road, no, I'm fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Oh, yeah.
Famous last words. Or, don't worry about me. I'll be okay. And here's the thing. So, am I wrong? Once we've made that clear up front, if I start doing what I do as a dude, I treat you well. I'm a gentleman to you. We go out, we date, we do all these things. And then you flip the switch, and now what are your intentions for me? Or I'm doing my thing over here, and you're getting upset. Well, why are you upset? Why are you playing with me? I told you up front, this is what it is. Well, but your actions show something different. What do my actions show? That I'm nice to you? I'm treating you like a woman? I'm treating you great? Right. You treat me like a girlfriend? No, because I told you you're not.
Right.
So now they're saying you're the bad guy because you're saying one thing but showing something else.
Yeah.
Why am I the bad guy when I told you up front and you said, don't worry about me, I can handle myself?
Which is scary about a lot of women's engagement with men previous to you.
Yeah.
Because your intentions are to just be cool, hang out, smash, whatever that case may be. But because you're a good guy, that's what you're going to do.
Right.
You're going to do the good man thing. It doesn't matter what state we're in. This is who I am.
Now, and I think about now, if it gets to the point where you ask me, well, where's this going? Where do you see us going? What are your intentions with me? Mm-hmm. If I tell you I don't know, I don't know. Because I may not have really thought about a future with you. I'm just thinking about this is cool right now.
I'm thinking about the present.
I think we're cool right now. Mm-hmm. The easiest way to fuck that up is to pressure me to think about the future. Now, your timeline may not match up with my timeline. And that's okay, because what does that mean? It just means we're not compatible. Mm-hmm. We have chemistry, correct, but we're not compatible.
Correct.
And that's okay. Don't get mad at me if we're not compatible.
Mm-hmm. And if you haven't heard that podcast, you need to go
it's
back
out
and
there.
Listen. It's out there.
Attraction, compatibility, chemistry.
Yep.
We went deep into that.
All three are different.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where if I don't have or know my intentions for you, does that make me bad? It just means I don't know.
You're just a dude being honest, man, with your intentions.
Yeah, well, seriously.
Yeah, I know. Now, it's scary though.
Now, where it becomes kind of fucked up is if I know in the back of my mind, this shit ain't going nowhere, and you ask me, and I don't tell you,
right?
Because selfishly, I like your company. I like being around you. I think you're cool people. I think if I can tell you, you know what, you're cool on that, but I just don't think we're compatible on that level. A guy like me who has, and this, say there's not even any sex involved. A guy like me who routinely has a lot of female friends. Mm-hmm. If I can tell you, you know what, I don't see us at that level, but I think you're cool. Mm-hmm. I got nothing against you. Is it wrong of me to allow her to be my friend if she has in her brain intentions of wanting more?
I mean,
it's on her at that point.
It's on her. Yeah, because as long as you're clear and you stay clear.
And I don't mislead.
Right.
Yeah.
And but see, that's the thing that goes back to they're stuck in their history and they're using their history predicated on their history on any man in the future, present in the future. And they're not letting each and every individual write their own chapter. They're not used to you being brutally honest.
Or one of those things of, well, maybe in their mind, that maybe we can be friends with benefits and it may turn into something else. Yeah. And it could. Just like the movie, it turned into something else. Mm-hmm. But life ain't always a movie.
And it's not a reality show, which is curated.
Yes. And so friends with benefits typically turn out into one of three things.
Say it.
Friends with benefits turn out to end up being enemies.
Yeah.
Because one person always wants to be something different. Two, you both wanted to be something different, but you held back because you weren't sure if the other person was in it. Mm-hmm. And then once you realize, shit, we're good, you move forward. Or in the middle, the rarest of it is you become friends with benefits, you realize, this ain't cool, and then you go back to being friends. That's rare.
That's very rare.
It happens, but it's rare. Usually it's one of the other two extremes. Mm-hmm. You know, and so you have to ask yourself, if my intention is to be friends with benefits, then there's an underlying subcontext of intention of I'm trying to get rid of you if it doesn't work. Or my intention really is to be in a relationship with you, but I'm not sure that's what you want, so I'm going to be okay with being a friends with benefits. And a lot of times, that's what it is. When it ends up not being that way, once you find out that they never wanted to be in a relationship with you, you go to the other end of we're not cool at all now. And how they think. And it's usually her thinking he was playing with her intentionally.
Right. But it goes back to the common thing. Lack thereof of communication.
Yeah.
Communication. The struggle of communication. The struggle to be clear. The struggle to even know who you are.
And, well, here's the thing, too.
Your wants and needs.
Yeah. Here's an interesting thing, too. If you tell somebody, you know what, this is where I'm at and these are my intentions, you'd be surprised at how many people are kind of okay with that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's making them think something else because, sorry, ladies, they will let their minds take over if you don't state. And even when you state your intentions, they're going to try to read the subtext, even when there isn't any. And so, dudes, you
read it or write it.
Or write it. You say one thing, they hear something else. Mm-hmm. You know, and which, as men, as a grown-ass men, we know that. And so, if I state my intentions, I'll ask, do you know what that means? Like, do you need me to go into what that means?
Are you understanding what I'm saying?
I'm saying this is where I'm at.
Yeah. Then he's like, are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah. This is where I'm at today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's a new day. Next week's a new day.
Shit happens.
I don't know where I may be in regards to you in a month, in a week. If I knew that, we would be there now.
Yeah.
If I could predict, you know what, my intention to be in a relationship with you next week, I'd be in a relationship with you today.
Mm-hmm. But you know what happens a lot of times? The amount of time spent creates the need or the want for more time spent.
Yes.
And that more time spent is now requiring that the intention of our relationship possibly needs to change based off of the thought process, not our conversation, but the thought process that goes behind that.
Because your actions don't match your words, or your interpretation of my actions don't match your interpretation of my words. Right. Because my actions to me may mean exactly what I do. How you interpret it, I can't control that. Seriously, think about it, right?
Yeah.
I can't control how you hear it, how you see it, or how you feel it. I can't control how what I say and do makes you feel. Mm-hmm. My intent may be to make you desire me more if I do something, but if I don't know certain things about you, if I did it, it may give you the ick.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, think about even the design of intentions within a marriage relationship. Those change. But if you're not having conversations on where you are in that time frame in your relationship, you can start butting heads.
Yep.
You can start butting heads real quick. Well, I thought at this stage I will stop working and you will completely take over. Or I thought at this stage in our marriage that we would have kids or whatever it is. And you say, well, I didn't want kids, or we tried, that's not happening, we moved on. I'm not adopting. I don't want to adopt. Okay. I mean, you can go through so many different phases. And intentions are they're the only thing that you own. They're your own personal thoughts, feelings.
Yeah. Or my intentions for a relationship is that I maintain my independence. Mm-hmm. What does that mean? You never asked me. Mm-hmm. Means I still have my own life. You're a part of it. You still have your own life, but I'm a part of it. Mm-hmm. Your life does not now become my life, and my life does not now become yours. But if you don't have me explain that, and you just assume what I mean by me, oh, you still want to be single. That's not what I said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's the interpretation unless you ask. If you assume that you already know, it's not my fault once you get all wrapped up in shitty. Then you ask and I explain it. Mm-hmm. Well, that's not what you said. That's exactly what I said.
I had a conversation with someone the other day about not relationship-wise, but work-wise. Mm-hmm. And they're like account representative. They manage the account. The other person is a salesperson. They work together as a team. And the guy is not the salesperson, is not doing his job. But the account representative, the money that she makes is contingent on this guy. So if he's not able to do his job, or he's struggling to do his job, but you're upset at him, did you state your intentions on how this team thing is supposed to work and how not just you benefit, but we benefit when you're able to do this? You have to state your intentions on what it is, how you're trying to close, how you're trying to maintain your business. And it might help him have a better understanding of how he needs to start proceeding with his business. That way you guys can start working together versus he ain't doing this, he's not doing that. What's wrong with him? I'm like, well, did you tell him? He doesn't know.
It's like if somebody comes to me for help, mm-hmm. You want to start a business. My intentions for investing in you mm-hmm. is that I'm going to boost you up mm-hmm. so that one day you don't need me. Mm-hmm. That's the goal. Mm-hmm. It's like you have a broken leg. Mm-hmm. The intention of the crutches are to support you until your leg heals.
Correct.
If you use the crutches long after your leg is supposedly healed, eventually the rubber on the bottom of the crutches wear out, the armpits wear out, all of those things, and they become useless. Mm-hmm. If my help as your friend is to boost you up, and you keep using that friendship as a crutch, eventually that crutch is going to break. Mm-hmm. You know? And so at some point, my intention is to help you and then let you fly.
Correct.
Now, if you fall, that's your business. But my intention is not to carry you forever.
Right.
You know? And your intention of that should be, I'm going to use this support as a springboard to advance.
Boy, you got analogies like a motherfucker, boy.
It works though, right?
It's like it was clear, very, very clear.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
You know, and so it's, people don't think about it that way. No. It's, or they know, like we talked about borrowing money from family. Right? I never had the intention of paying you back, but I'm gonna say, hey, yo, man, loan me $50. I'll get you back next week. Are you really gonna get me back? You ain't, motherfucker. No, you're not. Why don't you just say what you meant? Hey, man, can I have $50? And then it's up to me whether or not I want to give it to you.
Right, right. Take the word borrow and just ask for what you want.
Just like in a relationship. If my intention for a woman is to sleep with her, and that's it. If I just tell her, hey, you know what? I find you attractive. I just want to sleep with you. Yeah, you run the risk of her being like, fuck that. Kick rocks, dude. Or she might say, fuck it. That's all I want too. But as a dude, most dudes aren't willing to take that risk. Mm-hmm. So what are they going to do? Hey, let me borrow that $50. And saying, hey, can I just have that $50? Mm-hmm. Hey, hang out with me. I'm going to make you feel good. I'm going to take you to dinner. I'm going to do all these things. I'm going to make you like me. So that way you'll just want to let me have it.
When you gave that one, it reminded me of, I used to go to I used to be a magazine junkie, right? Mm-hmm. Go to the magazine stand, and you know, it was in a Jewish neighborhood. And the guys would come in, they buy 20 magazines, but they got that one little penthouse or whatever it is, stashed in between. And they would do, instead of just buying the magazine, their intention was to get this magazine,
but I'm gonna spend all this money
$150
to get that magazine.
To get that one. Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to tell the woman up front, I just want to smash, because I don't want her to think negatively about me, not realizing by not stating my intentions, I'm going to hurt her and she's going to think worse about me. Mm-hmm. If you state your intention, you're like, he's a fuckboy, whatever it may be. Am I really, if I told you up front? I'm kind of a fuckboy if I don't tell you, I play with you, and then I smashing kick rocks. So it's one of those things where stating your intentions will benefit the person you're talking to. Stating your intentions may not get the desired response, and you have to be willing to take that risk. And I think as we get older and we have less time to bullshit, it's way easier for us. When I was in my 20s, I wasn't stating shit. You came across me.
I remember
whatever's clever, right? Now at 50, I ain't got time for that shit.
I remember when I first moved back, and there was a guy at the gym that I got real cool with, and he invited me over for dinner, like he always had these dinner parties. And he's a gay guy, so you know he's always trying to set people up. And he said, "Oh yeah, I got a friend coming over. She'll like you. So I met her." Mm-hmm. And I said, "So what's up with you?" She said, "You know what's up." I said, "Oh. You stated your intentions very clearly." Oh, okay. That's what we're doing. She said, "Yep."
You know, and so think about this. When should a woman say, you know what? I'm looking for a life partner. I want to have kids. I want to do all of these things. I tell my female friends this all the time. When you meet a dude, that shit should come up second, third date. If you're not interested, if your intentions are to be a, like we talked about earlier, a go-getter, a boss babe, all of those things, and family is not on your agenda,
Right.
if that dude is looking for a woman that he wants her to stay at home, be a wife, raise kids, all that, if those aren't the same thing, but you really like this dude, but you know that's not what you want, don't tell a dude, you may not say that's what I'm looking for, you just don't say shit. Because they always put it on us.
Yeah.
You know? And then a lot of women are worried, if I tell this guy, at what point do I tell him I want to be married with kids? Is it going to run him off? Well, do you tell him now or do you tell him a year from now? Because a year from now, you're in it. And when you spring, and when he's like, I want to get married, but I don't. And you're like, I want to get married. And he's like, yeah, I never wanted to. Is it his fault for not telling you that in the beginning? Or is it your fault for not asking him what his intentions are?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you asked him too soon, he may tell you, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think once you ask him and you state your intentions, once he knows one way or the other, it's on him to tell you because your intentions haven't changed. And if they have, when he states his, you'll be able to say, well, you know what? I was no longer interested in that anyway, so you're good. Or we're not going to see eye to eye, so now the asshole will just string it along till she gets upset.
Yeah.
That's a tough situation.
Yeah.
You know, when does it go from being indecisive to assholeness? Don't know.
You don't know.
And time frames are, like I said earlier, time frames are never the same.
Everybody's on their own timeline. But if nobody's talking about timelines, it's all going to drag on.
And what I always tell people, look, put some different scenario. You've had your kids or you can't have kids. You've been married, you're divorced. Both of you are now older in life and you're just kind of, and you meet. And your intentions are purely just, you know what, I want a companion. Neither one will have that conversation because nobody knows what the other one's going to say. Mm-hmm. And do you have to say, if things are going well, can't you just let them go well? I always tell people that. Just, if shit's working, leave it the fuck alone. Mm-hmm. Why throw something in the mix to fuck all that up?
Yeah. And especially with a man, something that we talk about and you got to know about us. We're very linear. We're on a timeline. If things seem to kind of gel and match up, we're here. Oh, I'm in.
We're here.
I didn't think I would be in because of what I went through,
but I'm here. And let's just keep riding it.
And we weigh the goods versus the bads, the positives and the negatives.
We're doing that daily.
Oh yeah. You know what outweighs what?
And the more time I spend with you means your good's outweighing your bad. The less time I spend with you is like either becoming disinterested or just realizing, you know,
you're the Tuesday of every other week,
you know, or things are just not. They're not. I'm either unsure or I'm just not there.
Yeah, you put no effort into it.
You know, and it's one of those things where yes, people are busy, their jobs and all that stuff. So if I'm putting effort in and she's not, and the effort is returning a text, returning a phone call. We talked about this.
We're going to withdraw.
You know, if your response time sucks, I'm going to assume you're not interested. And so my intentions for you will change.
Mm-hmm. And quickly.
I may have intended to say, you know what, I want to learn more about this person. I want to get to know them better because I see something in her. The minute I get that funky little feeling, I no longer see that.
Yeah.
And once I pull back, there's no pulling me back in.
Right.
because I'm always going to remember the shit you pulled.
Yeah.
Even if it's unintentional for you.
Yeah.
Now you know.
Yeah. Those timelines, and we do things at this time, and you wait 3 days for this and 30 days for that. Y'all need to cut that bullshit out.
If game playing is your intent, go find a child.
Right.
You know,
So
I'm a grown-ass man.
I'll go to the playground.
Right.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, I'm a grown-ass man. I ain't got time for that shit.
Right. If I'm interested, I'm going to call. I'm not waiting 3 days, 5 days.
I'll reach out to you. I'll text you. You'll hear from me.
Right.
It won't be days.
Right.
And if you reach out to me and I can get back to you within a matter of a couple of hours, I don't give a fuck what you do all day. You ain't busier than me. So I reach out to you and it takes you 8-10 hours to get back to me. The thing that points to me is that I'm not high on the priority list, if I'm even on the priority list. And so I get it. Not a big deal. Just stating up like, look, dude, you cool, but we ain't there yet. Cool.
Okay, cool.
I'm not gonna say shit to you. I'm just gonna match your energy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then when I match your energy, don't get mad.
Yeah. It's like when people come to the gym and they think their intentions are to get in shape, but their intentions are to just show up to the gym. Don't look to get in shape if you're just going to show up at the gym. You got to match whatever it is that you're looking to get out of the gym and out of me as a trainer. You have to come in with that. You have to come in ready. You have to come in fired up. You have to come in prepared.
You got to put in the work.
You got to put in the work. You got to do the work. You got to do the work more outside of me than with me.
I had somebody come to me, man, and bad back. Not terrible, but in pain, having back pain. Well, here's what I want you to do. She's like, I was like, what is your goal? I want to feel better and be pain-free. I was like, so you have an unrealistic goal. So let's start again. What would you like? What are your intentions for coming to see me? What did you hope to get out of today? That you would give me some answers on how to be pain-free. So that will never happen. So I can give you some answers on how to feel better. Better and pain-free, two different things. Pain-free left you 20 years ago. I was like, so here's what you're going to need to do. Seriously. I was like, here's what you're going to need to do. I need you to go to physical therapy. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Well, why not? Because that's just not, I don't like to move and exercise. I don't like to exercise. I was like, so then hard stop. Your goal is to come in here for me to do all the work, and you have no intention on doing any work. I was like, then we're at a pass. I can't do anything for you. Her husband looked at me like, oh, shit. And I was like, if you can't do the work, neither can I. I was like, your goal should be to work hard so I don't have to. Because if I'm working hard, you're having a very bad day. You know? I should be bored as shit with your case. That's what you want. Why? Because you're doing all the right things to feel better. But when you tell me I don't intend to do any of that, well, then you don't intend to get better. And then what's the ulterior motive for you playing the sick role? They hate when I say that shit. And I just look at them, I'm like.
I heard a great one the other day. A coach was talking about what his intentions are when you come to see him. He said, my intentions are to make you dream bigger when you're awake than when you go to sleep.
It's a good one. That's a fucking good one.
Yeah. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. When you go to sleep, that's whatever.
That's
While you're awake, big.
That's a good one.
It's like when you kept saying, we need to think bigger. We need to think bigger. And you kept saying that over and over again.
Yeah, like you're not
Same
thinking
thing.
big enough.
Yeah.
I think what we should have, what these people should understand, and I say these people because the people that hear the sound of our voice are watching us. If you want to know where someone stands with you, if you want to know what somebody expects from you or what they want from you, if you want to know their intentions, tell them yours first. And say, here's where I see my life going. what are your thoughts? You don't have to ask, what are your intentions for me? Just say, hey, what are your thoughts? He can't say, or she can't say, I don't have any thoughts. Mm-hmm. It forces somebody to have that conversation. And whether or not you get answers, you're having the conversation. Mm-hmm. And now the other person knows it's on your mind and it's important to you. Mm-hmm. And so whether you feel like stating your intentions because it may chase somebody away or whatever it may be, that's the risk you run for getting the answers you need. Mm-hmm. And getting the answers you need may prevent you from wasting a lot of fucking time.
Wow. That's real.
Right? That's
real.
We don't have time to waste. You only got one shot at this.
Man.
And that hour or that day may be one of the last ones.
Yeah. Like we always say, time is the most precious asset we have.
And stop pining away after a motherfucker that don't want you. Yeah. It's okay if they don't want you. Nothing wrong with you.
Right.
Nothing wrong with them. They just don't want you. But make them tell you.
Yeah. You might have good intentions going in the wrong direction.
That part.
Not everybody deserves them.
Nope. At all.
And not everybody are ready for them.
Most don't deserve.
This is correct.
At all. Mm-hmm. I will say, though, that we always say people don't deserve anything. I think people do deserve to know the truth about themselves.
I believe that.
So I deserve to know your thoughts and feelings about me, for me, intentions for me, because that helps me direct my life according to you. Mm-hmm. And vice versa.
If we're going to be in this space, this common space.
Day one, what's your intention for getting to the second date? Do you want a second date? Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I intend to ask you out again, or no, I don't. Instead of, oh, it was a great night, have a good night, and then y'all leave and nobody hears from each other. No, it's like, if it wasn't a good night, don't say it was a good night. You know what? I don't see this going anywhere, so why even go to the second date?
Yeah. I do deserve as well. I believe people deserve a good ass whooping every once in a while, whether it's a physical or verbal ass whooping.
Yes.
In order to get the point across, and that's with intention.
Abso-fucking-lutely. On that note, ass whoopings for everybody.
You get an ass whooping. You get an ass whooping.
Everybody get an ass whooping. Oh, shit. The car has come off the rails. It's all good.
It's only caffeine.
Really, for real. On that note, man, I think y'all get the point. I really do. I think y'all get the point. State your intentions. Let people know where you stand.
Be real.
Understand that there's a time and a place for all of it. When you're going to go there, be ready for the consequences of your actions. They can be good or bad, depending on how you look at it, but you still got to be ready for it no matter what if you're going to go there. Don't be scared.
Face it. You face it, actually, that will be your lesson as well.
Rip that fucking Band-Aid off.
Yeah. Bridge that gap, man. You want to bridge that gap. Life is about gaps and bridging it. That's it.
For real.
That's it.
Ooh, man, great one, man. Coach, where they gonna find you, dog?
At Coach KJ Knows on Instagram and CoachKJ.com, where they got you, dog.
They gonna find me at Leonel Hunt on IG and Huntspine.com. You can find everything Coach and Doc on SOE_podcast and at podcastsoe.com, man. It's great to close this one out. Every Wednesday, 6 a.m., we got a new podcast that comes out. Saturdays, 11 o'clock. Join that live, man. We got great conversations. Join in. Tell us your thoughts. Talk shit. We do. Mm-hmm. And on that note, y'all, we out.